A new patch, a new character and a new weapon banner. Welcome to this weapon banner review for the Light of Foliar Incision and the Primordial Jade Winged Spear, Alhaitham and Xiao Weapons. Very green boys, and I will be talking today about if you should pull on this weapon banner or maybe save your Primordial gems for the upcoming weapon banner that is also going to be very insane. So let's go. First of all, the Light of Foliar Incision. Well, the Light of Foliar Incision is the new Alhaitham weapon and it has some incredible stats. It's rocking some low base attack for a 5-star weapon, but has 88% crit damage, making it instantly good on anyone who is a sword user who really gets use out of crit damage, someone like Ayaka, etc. But the passive makes this weapon very niche. It increases your crit rate by a flat amount, and after you deal a normal attack or deal some elemental damage, you get a passive. This passive increases your normal attack damage by a percentage of your elemental mastery. So if you have elemental mastery, your normal attacks will be doing a much larger amount of damage, depending on how much of this elemental mastery you have. Now this is clearly aimed at Alhaitham, as maybe his abilities are going to scale of elemental mastery, and the Dendro element in general profits massively of elemental mastery. So it's clearly aimed towards him, and this weapon is Alhaitham's signature weapon. So if you're looking for an Alhaitham weapon, this is a very good option. But let's say you accidentally pulled Ayato's weapon on the previous banner. I would actually recommend holding off of this weapon and using Ayato's weapon instead, as it is a reasonable replacement and you could spend your Primo gems elsewhere. Next to that, this weapon enhances normal attacks depending on elemental mastery, making it quite niche. I genuinely think only, funny enough, Keqing can make good usage out of this weapon, as Keqing is quite a good sword user, and maybe someone like Nilo could use it with great enthusiasm. But honestly, the passive only really excites me for Alhaitham, as most of the other sword characters aren't that dependent on their normal attacks, and if they are, like Keqing, you usually don't want to pivot too much towards elemental mastery. So all in all, it's good for Alhaitham and it's also a decent option for Keqing, but for the rest I would not use it on any other sword character. And then we have the Primordial Jade Winged Spear. Now this spear is very nice to have on your account. Why? Because you can put it on almost every polearm user. It's got a very simple passive, where it gives you a nice 22% crit rate of its stats and just a huge amount of attack for it being a 5-star weapon. And next to that, it just gives you more flat attack whenever you hit enemies, and this stacks up to a total of 7 times, and if you are maximum stacked, you get 12% attack. This is really nice for any polearm character who is on the field for longer, but usually works on most polearm characters, except for characters like Xiangling, which makes it a little bit worse. But for someone like Xiao, who is of course the signature weapon holder for this weapon, he can make amazing usage out of this. But any polearm damage dealer can use this. It's good on Raiden Shogun, it's good on Hu Tao, it's good on Sino, it's good on Rosaria, it's good on Xiangling, it's good on Zhongli. You can put this polearm on any polearm user that deals damage. So if you are specifically aiming for Alhaitham's sword, but you get this polearm instead, it definitely is an incredibly universal polearm, because you can put it on basically anyone and it would probably be an instant upgrade. So that is really nice. This universality is incredibly important in weapons and cannot be overstated. And second to that, if you have Xiao and you want both to build Xiao and Alhaitham, this is an absolute win. So when should you pull on this weapon banner? Well, I think you should pull on this weapon banner if you want to either build Xiao or Alhaitham, and you do not currently own a good 5-star sword for these characters. In case of Xiao, you could wait for Staff of Homa on the next patch and pull that together with Aqua Simulacra if you do not really care for Alhaitham, as I think that is the better option. But if you really want to build Alhaitham and you also like Xiao, or any other polearm character, if it's Hu Tao, Raiden Shogun, Xiangling, anyone like that, I would also really recommend this polearm, as if you want to build Alhaitham and you get the polearm, you're still winning. The polearm is still good and it just can't go wrong whatever weapon you get. So those are the cases I would pull on this weapon banner. Next weapon banner is also going to be insane, so make sure to evaluate what kind of weapons you are going to pull, and I will be seeing you in the next one. Goodbye.